Hi there. Today I'm going to basically tie a very simple but effective black buzzer. Materials I'm going to use is a uni thread 8/0 in black, Mirage tinsel. This is the very small fine one for the rib, and also some sunburst goose baits. To start, basically put my thread at the eye and start winding down towards the back of the hook. The hook I'm using today is a Camazan B160. It's basically a short shank hook with a wide gape. I tend to like using these hooks when I'm fishing the indicator, because I find it creates better hookups on the slightly larger fish also. Okay, trim away your excess at the bottom. Okay, at this point you want to cut yourself a length of Mirage tinsel. Doesn't need to be too long, just maybe a couple of inches long. Just basically long enough so you can tie it in without it slipping out with your fingers. Okay, tie that in at the side. What I tend to do is to do one turn over. I pull it back very, very slowly, so there's less than a millimetre of excess poking out. Then wind over the top. Then continue winding all the way to the very head of the fly. Okay, at this point, take the Mirage tinsel and I do a number of turns just down the hook shank. And then back up. The reason I do this is just basically for a bit of extra attractant on the fly. Okay, then I continue winding the Mirage tinsel all the way up the hook. As you can see, nice even turns all the way to the top. And you tie off. Trim away your excess. As you can see from there's quite a lot of excess still left on there, so what I'll do with that, I'll normally put it in a separate box. And if we ever need a little bit of tinsel again for some cheeks or a little bit of ribbing, I'll just look in that box and pick out the bits I need. Okay, from this point what I'm going to do is start building up my thorax of my buzzer. The shape that you pretty much want on your buzzer is pretty much like an egg shape at the head. That'll do me there nicely. In the end, I don't want my head being too big. I want to keep the proportions relatively simple. Okay, what I do now is I pull off two goose baits. Some people tie them in both together. I like to tie one side in and then the other side in, just because I just find it slightly easier to do. Okay, so I'll tie this one in first. And also on the other side, I tie the other one in. I tie them flat to the sides of the hooks, and that's just how I prefer. From this point, I pull down the goose baits. As you can see, when I pull them down, they're facing down about 30 degrees to the hook. And then all I'll do is I'll wind my thread back. This is just a personal preference of mine, because I like my goose baits coming from underneath the head to over the top of the head at the front. Okay, just trim away your excess. Okay, as you can see on your side there's a little bit of goose bait still showing through the thread, but it doesn't matter too much because obviously goose baits are going to fold over and cover that anyway. But what I'll do, I'll just run my thread over just to make sure. Okay, and at this point, take my goose baits and fold them over. You don't want to pull them too tightly over because they're quite brittle and you do snap quite easily. And I tie them in at the front. I do two relatively loose turns take the goose baits, and what I basically do is cross them over at the front. As you can see there, crossed over on the front. And then from this place, what I do another turn over the top, and another. Hold your thread tight, and tear away the excess goose baits. This I find much better than cutting, because then it leaves no excess whatsoever. Okay, now you basically want to whip finish, so grab your whip finisher, all I'm going to do is one turn, two turn, and finished. Trim away your thread, grab yourself some Sally Hansen's and varnish. For my first coat of varnish I always tend to put it on quite thickly, just because I quite like it to sink right the way down into the thread. This way you'll get a much more of a sturdy buzzer, and it'll last you a lot longer when you start catching the fish. And there you have it, your finished product, a very simple black buzzer.